That right there is a gooseberry blossom. It's like the lunar landing ship in the moon. That's the pattern they used. These blossoms right here are white imperial currants. It's a sweet currant. It does have seeds though. This is how I've covered the elephant garlic with the radishes and the little carrot seedlings with this roll cover. That's all falling apart obviously. And I did it for the last 3 days. 4 days. Friday I put it on and it's Monday. And I'm going to take it off now. Tonight it's supposed to be, 32 or so, which isn't bad. The other nights we were into the high 20s. We had a very hard frost this morning. And not that the carrot seedlings would be killed because they can live down into the middle and lower 20s, but it definitely slows growth. And the last couple days has also been only in the 40s and cloudy. Now it's sun shining and it's 48 going towards 50, 55. And it's going to get pretty warm underneath that roll cover. And I don't want them to get used to the total heat yet. I'm going to take it off now. There, that's what it's supposed to look like. Looks healthy. This is an ant mound. Last fall I cleaned black walnuts and I buried the green husks into this ant mound. You can see it's kind of dark. You can see the residue of it here being dark. And I've done this quite a few years in a row where I bury them in the fall. And my primary purpose of burying them was to preserve them for the compost for the next year. And then I had the idea of burying them in an ant mound because some of these ant mounds are getting really big and I wanted to kind of slow down their growth a little bit. Here's a good batch right here. And then I'm also incorporating the properties or the elements of what the ants are bringing in from all over the area. And the two main elements in the ant tailings that I'm interested in is potassium and phosphates. And the main ingredient that I'm interested in with the walnut, I'm calling them husks. That's the green outer, that's the soft membrane around the nut itself, around the shell. And then inside the shell is the seed. But in that green soft membrane is iodine. And I'm sure there are a lot of other elements in both of these two. A nice batch right there. And I'm trying not to dig them too deep because I don't want to kill the ants. I've been harvesting on this ant mound here for a long time. And I haven't killed them yet. If you don't kill the queen, you're good. Then they build this all back up into a really big mound. In this case here, they were encroaching into my black raspberry patch in that direction over there. And so I dug it really deep here to kind of cut them off. Now they have to go this way towards the black walnut that's growing here. I got another very large ant mound back here. That one I've taken a little bit, but not much. I've left that one go. Back in that direction over there. And I've got another couple other ant mounds around that I'm leaving to stay on the yard just for, they're actually predators of a lot of the insects that eat my crops. So I want them to be around. There was a lot of really nice ant mounds back here. I mean, there was a dozen of them at least, really large ones. And I was taking that soil in the beginning when I first started composting back in 2013 or 14, something like that. And a lot of the mounds were dead. So there's like a dozen active ones, and there may have been 8 or 10 that were dead. So I was taking the tailings from those mounds. But now they've totally eliminated that back area, whoever owned it, and they built a storage facility. They killed a lot of ants when they did that. And also a favorite apple tree that I was eating apples off of. But I do have some cyanwood that I've grafted off of it, so sooner or later I'll get the apples back. Let's keep moving. I've been digging out this burdock here for a couple years now. I think I'm doing it like every other year. I don't really quite sure how I'm doing it, but I never get the whole root so it grows back, and then when it gets to be this size I re-harvest it for composting. But there's a special element here along with this wild burdock that I'm going to dig out. You can kind of notice that the leaves on the very top are lighter green color than the larger leaves that are on the bottom. Well, those lighter leaves are actually an edible burdock called ha-gobo. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I've got that planted around the food forest, and I eat it from time to time. This is going to be one of those times that I'm going to get in there and harvest both of these two at the same time, and I'm going to eat the ha-gobo. And we'll see if we can get this root to come out. It never always comes out. I always snap it. Ooh, I'm going to snap the... Oh, there it is. I almost broke the shovel. I've done that before too. So this one right here, well, there's multiple ones here I didn't notice. I might replant these little ones. This is the big ha-gobo right here. Look at that nice root, nice straight root on it. Let's see, get into the screen. It's probably a foot long to the very tip, but we're probably 8-9 inches. Oh, it might be a foot long right there. Just harvestable root to eat. And all of these stems are all edible, and the leaves are even edible. So we have one that's a young one here. I think I'll put that in a pot, and I'll bring that north. That root came out pretty easy. Let's see how much of this we got. Oh, not that much. That's a thick root. Now, burdock has a lot of iron in it, so that's an iron component to the compost, root and all. And that'll come back. So I've probably been harvesting this every year. I don't really remember it breaking it off like this thick before, so it's getting larger even though I'm harvesting it every year. I just don't want to come out without some more effort. I should maybe leave it in there, but I want to. Oh, that's a nice harvestable root too. Look at that. It's pretty cool. We have 2 harvestable roots of ha-gobo. That'll make a nice picture right there. So I can get the roots and the greens in and all down here. I gotta come back a little bit. There it is. Ha-gobo. Gonna have us a good dinner today. And then this is a smaller ha-gobo root that I'm gonna put in a pot and transplant it. That is the vaunted black helicopter flying right over my head. Straight up now. That's funny. High bush cranberry coming to life. That bird generally flies away right away. Get used to me. Looks like he's a bug eater. He's down there on the ground. Those are catbirds. They're back. Yeah, that's the catbird. It's making the nice sounds.